I want to talk to you about not getting rid of this resource. So I was going to get rid of something today, and Trey was like, do not get rid of that because, well, okay, he thought I was going to get rid of this. And he was like, don't get rid of it because as soon as you get rid of it, we'll need it. And I was like, lack mentality much? So, we are digging ourselves out of lack mentality right now, out of that whole mentality. And yeah, anyway, that's not what this is about exactly. But it's funny how old beliefs will pop up. Like, what I was getting rid of was cans of coconut milk, or what he thought I was getting rid of. So I had noticed every time I've gone to cook, I keep opening my cabinets and I'm like, they appear full, but I'm like, I feel like I don't have anything to cook. And finally this morning I had it, and I was like, boys, I need you to help me. I'll show you what I did. I need you to help me pull all of the food out of our cabinets, and we're going to sort through it. So it ended up being a really fun thing, and I will show you. So this is my newly organized cabinet. This cabinet holds almost all of our food for our household. We store a few extras upstairs, but this cabinet is like our pantry. And then up there I have like healthy baking supplies, and then I have some like regular white flour and such and such. And then up here I have some like snacks and some more like kind of like cooking, baking kind of stuff, like walnuts, or different things like that up there. So I haven't gone through those yet, but this whole lower section is our main stuff. So I'm going to show you something. This box full of stuff was also crammed in there, plus 2 grocery sacks. So I realized part of why I was having trouble cooking is my main staple items. I didn't have very many of those. I had a lot of randomness, like food randomness is the word that kept coming in my mouth or in my head as I was sorting. I'm like, what is this food randomness? Like this random, like hot dog sauce. Like, how did we even get this? This has bad ingredients in it. So oftentimes Trey will pick up our groceries, and he will sometimes go to like a discount grocery, and he'll pick up food randomness sometimes. And I realized like there were a lot of items in there I had been holding on to because it felt like a food resource to me, but it was limiting me from getting to what I actually was needing. Which is like things like rice and beans for chili and all my tomato products, salsa, tortilla chips, canned fruit, instant mashed potatoes, healthy crackers, cognac noodles, bone broth, oatmeal, condiments. All of the food randomness was limiting me from getting in there. So that box of food, I'm not just like getting rid of it. That box of food is going to sit there, and that's what I'm going to go to first to cook and to use up those things. But if there are some things, if that box sits there for a long time and there's some things that I just keep not finding a use for, I'm going to release it, okay? I'm going to release it. So I have another story to tell you from this week, and that's why I'm wearing this jacket right now. Isn't this jacket gorgeous? It is like a beautiful blue color. It matches these earrings perfectly, which I think is crazy. It is a Columbia brand jacket. So I had sorted through some clothes in our shed, some clothes in the house, things people had grown out of, things that we weren't using anymore. And they had sat in my shed for a long time. So I finally, last week, bagged it all up and took a few items to a consignment store, and the rest I donated to my local laundromat where we have our laundry washed in McLeansboro. They have a small clothing section there it says like drop an item and pick an item up. So you can donate items, you can take from the items, and I donated like bags and bags of stuff to them. Well, then this week when I went to pick up my laundry, she said, hey, a church donated like a lot of kids' clothes. And I went ahead and pulled out things that looked like they were the size of your children. Edwin got a really nice winter coat. Martin got some pants that should fit him. Melania got pants, and Esther got like a bag full of baby clothes. I don't think it's a coincidence that I finally let go of that resource of those things we weren't even using, that were not benefiting us, and then we receive. So you're wondering, like, where does the jacket come in? So she said that, she had that bag, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go check the rack as well, because they'll pick things out for the kids, but sometimes I'll find things on the rack for myself. So the other day, when I was sorting through my closet, this was not a prayer I prayed. This was not a huge need I had. I was just like, that's kind of weird. I've got a lot of sweatshirts, but I don't have a zip down jacket in here. I should keep an eye out for a zip up jacket, like something I can throw on with like a sleeveless shirt on a warmer day, or something that I can just like throw on over and zip up when I go outside. This Columbia brand jacket was there on the rack. I have found nothing wrong with this jacket. The zipper works. It's a gorgeous type 1 color for me. This is the thing. Your items are not your resource, guys. Your resource, my resource, since I serve God, my resource is God himself. Sometimes we hold on to what we perceive as a resource. Hold on, Martin, go play. We hold on to what we perceive as a resource when actually it's a liability. Those food items in my cabinet were a liability. Those clothes piled up that didn't fit anybody or that nobody was enjoying was a liability. What is your true resource? And what are you willing? You have to release the false resources, the liabilities, to make room for the true resource, who is God, to bless you with exactly what he knows you need or desire or want or would think is really cool or fantastic. So your one resource that I want you to make sure you don't get rid of is God. And I want those liabilities, those fake, false resources, to be a thing of the past. I want you to give them away because they will be a blessing to someone else. Those clothes I got rid of, they're going to fit some other kids perfectly. They're going to be a blessing and a true resource to someone else. But to me, they had actually become a liability. Can I have a heart if you guys are like getting me? I love interaction. I love the hearts. I love the comments. I love when I get on here. I love to just see what's hitting with people. See your thoughts. What are your thoughts? What's your takeaway? What is your, did you have a big realization? Thank you for the heart. Did you have a realization today? Just take a few seconds and just type it in the comments. Because sometimes people read the comments before they'll watch a live video. Like they'll be scrolling past, and sometimes maybe your comment is what's going to get people to be like, oh, what is this live video really about? I want to watch the replay. So anyway, that is my story about my cabinets. That is my story about my wardrobe. What kind of perceived resources do you have that are actually a liability to you? Like, do you have things in your shed? Drop this in the comments. Maybe you have things in your shed or in your attic, or extra decorations that you haven't used in years, or cooking supplies. Oh my goodness, kitchens can be full of so many liabilities, or wardrobes. So let me know in the comments. And that is my tip of the day, guys. Really evaluate, is this a true resource or is it actually a liability?